Hello and welcome back to Season 1, Episode 4 of Halfway with Hathaway. Glad to have you joining me. George Hathaway here. And wow, what a week it's been in sports, I do have to say. And I'm going to start off a lot of rants in this podcast. There's certainly going to be a lot of thoughts and opinions that I have about this week in general, what's kind of been going on. And it's been a lot. And I want to start off here with the college football playoffs. This has probably been the biggest news in the last week. And it's the playoff decision about college football. And this is huge because I look at it and I'm not too thrilled with this. I've been vocal about it on my Twitter, so make sure to check that out on Hathaway George 9. And I'm not a fan. I don't like this at all because you have Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama. And there's one team missing there. That's Florida State University. They should be in the college football playoffs. I'm going to say that right now. Alabama does not deserve it. Yes, I did say that. And here's why. FSU went undefeated 13-0. And you're telling me those kids went out there night in and night out, every single game, go undefeated, play some of the toughest teams in college football, and still not get awarded into the college football playoffs. This is exactly why next season they're going to 12 teams. Because of reasons like this, you're going to have a group of, like a committee of certain people just sitting there telling you, yeah, you did not make it. Just because of how everything went down. I mean, I don't know why. It's because they don't want to have an SEC team not in the college football playoffs. That's bad branding. I understand college football is a market. It's a business at the end of the day, but they did not make the right business decision. And that is exactly why there's this huge uproar right now about the college football playoffs. A team went 13-0, undefeated season, and still did not make it in. Like it makes no sense to me how this happened. Yeah, I get Jordan Travis. He broke his leg. He's not in. Ohio State 2014. Guess what happened? They had a third string in. And they still made it to the college football playoffs in 2014. You're telling me the sole reason why is because Jordan Travis did not play for FSU in the college football playoffs. That's exactly why. You look at the ACC championship game against Louisville. Yeah, FSU struggled, but their defense is one of the top defenses in the country, and you're still going to tell me right now that they can't go out and play Michigan? It makes no sense. And this is a statement from Mike Norvell, who's a phenomenal coach at Florida State. He goes, "I'm disgusted and infuriated with the committee's decision today to have what was earned on the field taken away because a small group of people decided they knew better than the results of the game. What is the point of playing games? Do you tell players it is okay to quit if someone goes down? Do you not play a senior on senior day for fear of injury? Where is the motivation to schedule challenging non-conference games? We are not only an undefeated Power 5 conference champion, but we've also played 2 Power 5 non-conference games away from home and won both of them. I don't understand how we are supposed to think this is an acceptable way to evaluate a team." I'm going to let you guys just sit on that. We're going to pause on that and just listen, because he's absolutely correct. These guys went in there night in and night out, gave 110%. Jordan Travis literally, put his career on the line for Florida State University, and it breaks my heart. You look at the reaction from this team from Florida State. These guys were heartbroken that they did not make it in. They were shocked. Everybody in the nation was shocked. Michigan was upset that they're going to have to play Alabama. Why? Because might not look good for Michigan, but right now you're going to have FSU and Georgia in a bowl game. Okay, if FSU wins that game right now, all I'm going to say is then they deserve to be in. They take down the defending national champions and then just, prove to the world that they should have been in there. I think it's just disgraceful for a team like Florida State University, who went out there and and put it all out there. I'm trying to find. Yep, Jordan. This is what Jordan Travis said on Twitter. Thank you to the fans for a great season. We're not done yet. And let's control what we can control. The journey has been so great, and today we are ACC champions. Let's not let the opinions of others affect how we feel about being champions of this conference. Proud of this team. And then before that, he wrote, devastated, heartbroken, and so much disbelief right now. I wish my leg broke earlier in the season so y'all could see this team in much more than the quarterback. I thought results matter. 13-0, and this roster matches up across any team in those top 4 rankings. I'm sorry. Goal nose. I mean, that's just absolutely powerful. It got, and Jordan Travis needs to keep his head up. It's not because of him. This is not on him at all. Yeah, injuries happen. Stuff like that happens, but guess what? Next man steps up and you do your job. And this is exactly what Florida State did. They went out ACC champions and still were not able to get in the top 4. I think, with Alabama being in it, it's a money thing. It really is at the end of the day. This is truly based for views, for clicks. You're going to have one of the greatest college football programs in the history of the sport not in it. Yes, would people watch it? Probably not. But is it the right thing to do? No. You got to think of it that way. And Florida State, once this goes to a 12-team committee or 12-team playoff, it's going to be a lot better for the sport. They should have done this from the start. Having 4 teams makes no sense. Yeah, I guess like for a shorter season, you don't have to do all this and logistically. But if you want to implement this, 10 years ago, they should have done a larger pool, maybe 8 teams, then extended to 12. Having 4 teams you cannot have a group of people determine what 4 teams make it just be based off of numbers. If it was based off of numbers, FSU is going to be in there. But it's going to be based off of a different type of number, and that's money. And Florida State has every right to be in the college football playoffs. The committee, they messed up on that one. An undefeated team beat 2 Power 5 schools on the road. It's a damn shame. And we're going to keep it on the gridiron. Talking a little bit of the NFL. Patriots, they got a win Thursday night against the Steelers. They still have that second pick in the NFL draft. Arizona Cardinals, they are on a bye. That's a big reason as to why. Strength of schedule. Patriots have a harder strength of schedule than the Cardinals. Another reason why they're going to have that second pick. But now I want to ask the question, Bailey Zappi, if he started all season long, are the Patriots where they are now? Do they still have that second pick? I think so. Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones, doesn't matter. The receivers suck. The offensive line for the Patriots is trash. Either way, they're going to struggle. Either way, okay, maybe you get one extra win if Bailey Zappi's there. But you could look at it the other way. Maybe if Mac played a little bit better, there's a few more wins under the belt, for the Patriots. So this is statistically the worst offensive team we have ever seen in NFL history. I mean, this Patriots team offensively cannot put points up on the board. Their defense is doing phenomenal by holding teams, but nobody else on the offensive side. You have to play all 3 aspects of football correctly. This is what Bill Belichick preaches about. You have to play all 3 aspects of football correctly, but they're not. They're not at all. And there's a rumor that Jimmy G, could we see a possible return within the Patriots? I could see it. I think that's what Bill Belichick wanted all along, was for Jimmy G to stay on this team, be the successor for Tom Brady, and take this team to the promised land once again. But guess what you need to have? Weapons, offensive line. I think Jimmy G will put butts in seats. If you look at the Patriots game last weekend against the Chargers, the stadium was 60% empty by 1 o'clock p.m. Nobody wanted to go sit there and watch a Chargers-Patriots game. Something needs to happen. And I think if Jimmy G returns, that would be great for the Patriots. It'll put butts in seats, and Bill Belichick will get what he wanted all along, which was Jimmy G. But yet again, you're going to need to put weapons around him. And that's where this NFL mock draft comes in. Patriots, they have the second pick as of right now. What are you looking at? Caleb Williams, Drake May, Marvin Harrison Jr., who still is undecided whether or not he's going to go into the NFL, which I think he should. I think the Patriots should go for a receiver. But you can play, both sides of the sword here. Okay, but who's going to throw him the ball? Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones, or are they going to go Jimmy G? Or are they going to go later in the draft and pick up somebody else like J.J. McCarthy from Michigan? What are you going to do there? So it's going to be tough. I think the Patriots should go Marvin Harrison Jr. with the second overall pick. I really think so. That's just going to add more weapons. Okay, cool. Now you're going to have the best corners on Marvin Harrison Jr. What is that going to do? Probably going to free up some other people. Pop Douglas would be great. Juju if he still stays. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, we're going to go more in depth with these mock drafts in the future. Just because I had a huge rant about college football. I'm not going to go too deep into these mock drafts, but right now the Patriots still with the second pick. I believe that they should go Marvin Harrison Jr. without a doubt. They need these weapons. You're not going to get them in the offseason because who's going to want to come to a team that's won 3 games all year long that goes 3-14? No big name receiver is going to want to do that. I mean, it's talking about a team that has weapons and a really solid quarterback. That's the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy's on pace to win MVP right now. He's the MVP favorite. I mean, he's playing phenomenal. I'm looking at his stats right now. Over 3,000 yards, 70% completion, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. QBR of 75. That's MVP numbers right there. And the 49ers are one of the best teams in the NFL. This is a team that can probably win the Super Bowl if it's not for my Dallas Cowboys that I think are going to win it. He had a bad 3-game stretch, in October. Losing the Bengals, Vikings, and Browns. All games that were within reach, besides the Bengals one that was 31-17, but all these other games are within 5. 22-17 for Minnesota, 19-17 in Cleveland. Could you say that maybe they played easier teams in the stretch, but they beat Dallas 42-10. The team who I think is going to win the Super Bowl, they beat by 32. And in that game with one of the best defenses in the NFL, Brock Purdy had 252 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 82 QBR. I mean, that's phenomenal numbers against one of the teams with the best defenses. So you look at it, I think, he's probably going to win MVP. I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Hurts sneaks in there just because of how popular he's been and how he's kind of like revolutionizing the game with the tush push, which Roger Goodell wants to ban. How can you ban a play? How can you ban something that's so successful? It's a QB sneak. You just get an extra little push from behind. That's all. It's in the name, the tush push, for a reason. The brotherly shove. It's a play that's changed football, but it's been around forever. The Eagles have just found a way to revolutionize it and make it more efficient. You're on the 1-yard line. Guaranteed Jalen Hurts is getting a touchdown with the push tush. Tush push. Yes. I say it so many times. But I think it's something like that. It's just where defense is, okay, you're going to stack the box. You're going to put everybody you can in there to block it. You can block it. It's been blocked. Other teams have tried it and have failed. That's the other thing. It's just you can't ban a play just because somebody's so good and nobody else can replicate it or stop it. It's as simple as that. You have to get better and adapt to the game. It's like a three-pointer, right? In the NBA, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's just like that because what do you do to stop a three? Okay, they extended the line back a little bit. Everyone's still making them. You got it. Are they going to ban a three-pointer? No, they're not. That's the game nowadays. That's going to be the game in the NFL is the tush push. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're going to get in the NBA in a minute. Juan Soto traded to the New York Yankees. Blockbuster deal. Juan Soto, he did so-so in San Diego. I love the Padres. Big Pods guy. But he did okay in San Diego. If I'm in the AL East, if I'm the Red Sox, if I'm the Blue Jays, if I'm the Orioles, if I'm the Rays, am I afraid of having Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton all on the same team? No. Why? Because the Yankees suck. They do. They are going to fold once it comes to postseason baseball, if they even make it there. Having Juan Soto, not going to make a difference. Not going to make a difference at all. All right, yeah, cool. The lineup's probably going to be different. You might have Soto, Judge, and Stanton back to back to back. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a scary nightmare for pitchers, but guess what? That's fine. That's fine. The Yankees aren't going to do anything with this. This is like every other blockbuster deal they've ever had. Nothing happens. The Yankees stay the same. They still haven't won since 2009. I mean, come on. Just Yankee fans are so delusional in that aspect where they think that once they sign a big-time player that they're going to be winning the World Series. It's like the Cowboys fans saying every single year, yeah, this is our year. And then they lose in the divisional round, which I hope this year they don't and they win the Super Bowl just because I've been saying that all throughout the podcast and the season. And then Verdugo also going to the Yankees as well. He was all right with the Red Sox. He was pretty good. Yeah, fan favorite. Everybody loved Verdugo. Had some huge games in the postseason for the Red Sox, especially that 2021 season. That was beautiful. I actually, I remember going to these games at Fenway and watching Verdugo play. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, being a fan, but nah, I just don't think that he's going to be the right fit for the Yankees at all. I'm just, if there's a Yankees hater out there, I'm one of them. I really am. And speaking of somebody who people like to hate on a lot, Zion Williamson. I don't even know where to begin. If you know me right now, I am the number one fan of Zion Williamson. His jerseys, I loved him ever since he was at Duke. But come on, I mean, I'm gonna read this quick little snippet here that somebody that I know wrote this article, Christian Clark. Who's a great writer, by the way. He's a lot for NewOrleans.com. But here's what he put out. The Pelicans have repeatedly stressed to Zion that his diet and conditioning needs to improve. However, he does not listen. Zion, bro to bro, if you're listening to this, the Pelicans need you. They need you to step up. They need you to cooperate with them because they're looking out in the best interest for you and for them as well. You want to win, they want to win. What's the best way to do it? You got to lose some weight a little bit, condition better, have a better, stricter diet. Yeah, you got to start doing that because that's what's going to help you improve. In the 44-point loss to the Los Angeles Lakers on Thursday night, after the game, Zion said he needed to be more aggressive. If you could have been more aggressive during the game. If you knew you needed to be more aggressive, why did you not go in there with that mindset that I'm going to be more aggressive? Like, where was that coming from? This in-season tournament has been amazing. Lakers, Pacers in the in-season tournament. I'll get to LeBron's legacy in a minute. But come on, Zion. They're trying to work with you here. They've been working with you since you've been a rookie in 2019. Then you get hurt every single year. Zion needs to focus on this diet and needs to be strict about it, because this is what's going to make or break his career. He's averaging over 25 points a game off of 60-something% shooting. Nobody's ever done that in the NBA. But he may not be in the NBA much longer if he continues these antics that he's been on. You have to mature after these 4 years since being a rookie. You got to understand you haven't played more than 80 games in a season, or 80 games in 4 years, rather. You have to step up, take accountability, and understand that you need to go out there and win. I digress, though. I love Zion. I'm his number one fan. But I'll also be his number one critic because I want to see him succeed. I want to see him be the best version of himself, because he can go down as one of the best if he continues, but if he continues to just do nothing about the diet, the weight, listening to the trainers, coaches who they've helped put around him, he won't be there. But this in-season tournament has been one amazing experience. Halliburton's been going off for the Pacers, 6-0 against a 6-0 Lakers in this tournament. This is fun. But how does this affect LeBron's legacy? I'll get to that right now. It's going to change how we view LeBron. I'm not saying just because this adds another championship to him, but the first ever in-season tournament was won by LeBron James. That's how it affects his legacy. Michael Jordan never won an in-season tournament. Granted, because there wasn't one there, but LeBron won the first. And that's something we'll always remember, is 2023, the inaugural in-season tournament that LeBron James won. The year after becoming the number one scorer in NBA history. Goes out there, puts up a 30 bomb against the New Orleans Pelicans in a 44-point victory. I mean, he's almost 40 years old doing this. That's how this affects LeBron's legacy, is that we'll always remember this performance of the in-season tournament as some of his best days of basketball. And that's how it's going to go down for LeBron James. It's huge. It's phenomenal. And nobody else will have their name etched like LeBron James will. He's my GOAT. I will have to say that right now. I've been a Michael stan. I always had said Michael Jordan's a GOAT. Michael Jordan's a GOAT. But then I saw LeBron passing Kareem for the most points scored. Yeah, it's LeBron. Nobody can dominate the game of basketball like LeBron James can. You look at the numbers, the accolades, what he's done for the sport. It's revolutionized basketball. At almost 40 years old, he's dominating. How many other 40-year-olds can you say have dominated their sport besides LeBron James, Tom Brady? You can't. You can't. And LeBron's legacy won't be determined by the in-season tournament, but it will be another stone for the path to greatness for him. I sounded like a poet just now. But LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. There's no question about it. Look at his physique. I've never seen somebody play like that before. And to be able to say that I've seen LeBron play, it's like my dad telling me he saw Michael play. It's pretty phenomenal. And to dominate for so long, it's something special. So LeBron's legacy is some of the best basketball that we've ever seen. And I can't get around it because of how impactful it has been. But yeah, I mean, LeBron's just been phenomenal all throughout his entire career. And so, yeah, I mean, there'll be nobody else like him. That's for sure. And when that day he retires, maybe some tears shed because of just how the sport will miss him. But for right now, we have to cherish every moment that we have with LeBron James. But that's going to wrap things up here. Season 1, Episode 4, Halfway with Hathaway. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube. Make sure to give us a follow on Spotify as well. Give us a 5-star rating too. Make sure to have that notification button on too so you get all the updates for the latest episodes of Halfway with Hathaway. Once again, George Hathaway here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.